It's 9:29, and it's about this time on Wednesdays we present Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Now it's your time to perhaps have your question answered by the man who has all the answers, Bruce L. Scheiner. Would you please help me welcome Bruce this morning at Kicks Country 92.9? Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Just fine. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you.
Good.
Beautiful day in Southwest Florida.
Oh, didn't it feel nice this morning?
Yeah, the weather's starting to get a little bit cooler.
Yes, beautiful time to be enjoying the Sunshine State. Sounds like you're in the car, so I'm sure I know you well enough. You're so focused on safety. Somebody else is doing the driving, right?
Yes, sir.
Good,
I have a very reliable driver this morning.
Okay. That's always a good plan rather than fielding phone calls while you're behind the wheel. Still, I know you wouldn't mind either way, and I know you'll want to help out when you hear we have a motorcycle question today. Are you ready to dive into it?
I am ready, Todd.
All right. Being the biker's lawyer, I know Bruce will listen very intently, as we all do, to this rather sad story. It says, my buddy was driving his motorcycle when he stopped to make a left-hand turn. He saw a vehicle, but it was far enough away to complete the turn safely. When he started his turn, he was struck by the car he had seen. Two motorcyclists who were riding behind the vehicle, which struck him, gave a statement saying the commercial vehicle was driving 70 miles per hour on a 50-mile-an-hour road. My buddy was ticketed for violating the vehicle's right-of-way. My buddy was hospitalized for multiple injuries and only had minimum insurance. Can my buddy still pursue the other driver even though he violated his right-of-way? That's an interesting question, Bruce. I don't think we've covered anything quite like this in all the years we've been talking. He violated the right-of-way according to the letter of the law. Does that set him back as far as this case goes?
Well, it sets him back, but it doesn't prevent him from pursuing an action. And the reason for that is, in Florida, we have what's called comparative negligence. And comparative negligence means that you compare the negligence to one party to the negligence of the other party.
Right.
In this case, the motorcyclist felt safe to make a left turn because if the other vehicle had been going the speed limit, he would have had sufficient distance to make a safe turn. But there's no way that he could have accounted for the fact that the other vehicle was going 20 miles over the speed limit.
Right.
So what would happen if this case was taken to court, a jury would have to decide what percentage was the commercial vehicle negligent for going 20 miles over the speed limit, and what percentage was the motorcyclist liable because he made a left turn in front of somebody.
Okay. All right. How do you go about proving that you've got two motorcyclists who say, according to their judgment, they obviously didn't have a radar gun or something like that he was 20 miles an hour over the speed limit? Is that worth something?
Well, it's absolutely worth a lot because they have speedometers on their
of course.
motorcycles, so they could tell how fast the other vehicle was driving.
I see. What about the idea this has been identified as a commercial vehicle was in this crash? Does that give you some hope that perhaps a pretty good insurance policy was backing up the vehicle?
You would hope so. Normally, a commercial vehicle would have, substantial insurance policy.
Right.
Unfortunately, this week we were contacted by someone who was in a serious accident in a commercial vehicle. Only had the minimal amount of $10,000.
Oh boy!
But normally, you would assume that a commercial vehicle had substantial insurance.
Well, at least the upside here is the victim of this crash has some resources, I guess you could say, that can be pursued. You just got to get the right person on your side to do the pursuing, get a professional as soon as possible.
Exactly. This is a case that's going to probably go to court, and good chance it's going to go to trial. So you want someone that's very experienced and has obtained, substantial results in jury trials.
Especially when it comes to motorcycle crashes, and I know you have a wealth of experience in that, sadly, in that area.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bruce, thank you again for helping us out, helping a listener out, and please, I know you're not driving, but drive safely, tell your driver, and we will check in again with you next Wednesday. I always look forward to talking.
Me too. Thank you, Todd.
All right, take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And if you find yourself in a similar situation, you can do a couple of things. You can send a question in by going to our website, using the keyword search box and typing in the keyword Bruce, or maybe, especially in this case, since we're talking about substantial injuries, you might want to just call the Port Charlotte office direct. Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates at 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. One more time, 941-743-7777. And tell them that Hot Rod Todd sent you. Kicks Country 92.9.